All right, now we're going to go to the tricky part of this. I've tried doing this a variety of ways, and the easiest way that I found for me to do it is to go to the circle tool, select the circle, and go ahead and put it right about there and make a wheel about that size. Okay, as you can see, that's about the right size for a wheel. So we're going to go to the back side here, and then we are going to do a little bit of a push-pull. And then while you can see this is selected, if not, you simply click it with the blue. And then we go to our scale key. A box comes around the outside edge of this, as you can see. If I don't do anything and I try to pull down from the corner, watch what happens. It gets a little bit strange looking. Okay, we don't want that to happen, so let's go back a step. We're going to press down two keys on our keyboard, Control key and the Alt key. When we do that, you can see a little red dot come in the center. So we're going to bring that down a little bit in size. And then when we look at it, we can see it's perfect. Now go back to the Move key and tuck this in a little bit. So it looks like that. The last part of the wheel is we go with the push-pull. And we pull this side out. Let me go ahead and select the whole thing first. And then I'll do the push-pull. So we have our wheel. So when you have one wheel, we need a total of 4. So let's do this. We are going to select the wheel. And we are going to do a Control C. I'm sorry, Control V. Like that. And now we have 4 wheels. Okay, so we'll have to flip those in a second. That's really easy to do. Let's go ahead and select by triple clicking that. You can see I triple clicked it, and now go to the Move key. And we go to the blue here. We position it right there. And that looks pretty good. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with this next wheel. We clicked it 3 times. And we're going to have to move this a little bit, I think, on the outside. Let's see real quick. We'll go to the Move key. It's a little bit high right now, so we're going to bring it down. It's a little bit too far away. I'm going to push it in a little bit. All right, that looks pretty close to being perfect. Let's move it in just a little bit more, like the other one. Great. Now, on these right here, this is what we're going to do. First, we're going to select them. And then we're going to right click. And then it says flip. So we're going to flip it around. Depending on the way it is, we can see the green line behind us. So we're going to go in green direction. Okay, that did not work. So flip along. Let's go red direction. Okay, now you can see it's the right direction. So let's go ahead. Let's do this at the same time. We're going to select this one also. Right click it. Flip along the red direction. Okay, then we're going to go back to our Move key. Select it. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to move it closer to it. Okay. It's getting closer to the right position. It's a little bit high, so let's bring it down just a little bit. Let's look underneath. That looks pretty close. So let's go ahead and select the last wheel. I triple clicked it, and now I'm going to move it over. And the only way this works, guys, is if you change your view of it. As you can see, bringing it down. Okay, I put the wheel too far inside. That's okay. We'll go to the bottom right here, guys, and kind of move it up the right direction. So then all I have to do is move it in and out. Okay. Make sure they match up on both sides. And I kind of moved that just a little bit too much. All right, let's do the last wheel now. Sticking out a little bit too far. And go to the move key again. And we're gently pushing it in. And so guys, we now have our wheels on our car. Okay, make sure that they're pretty close. If they're not perfect, that's okay. In fact, I'm gonna go back to this one and select it one more time. And I clicked it one too many times. It's part of the car now, so let me push Control on that one, and that one, and that one. And I'm gonna pull it out just a little bit if I can. Okay, so you can see what happened there as I selected the other car. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Just like that. So please be careful, guys. Once it's connected, what it wants to do is be connected to the car, and it messes things up a little bit. All right, now before we color it, we have our 4 wheels on there. We're gonna go to the back of the car, and we are gonna put in some lights. So most of the time there's turn signals and lights. We're gonna go to the circle key, zoom in a little bit, make a circle. Then we're gonna select that circle, Control V at the same time, go to the move key, and you can see it stays on the same axis. Control V, let's put one on the outside, and then one more. Look at how they're spaced next to it. Go back one step. I'm going to select this one more time. I'm going to go to the move key and do a Control V. There we go. Okay, so they're evenly spaced. On the front of the car, let's put in 2 headlights. Select it. Go to the move key and Control V again. Let me select it one more time. And it keeps it on the same plane, so you don't have to move things around very much. So we now have our headlights. You know what? I'm going to put a sunroof in too. I like sunroofs. So let's do an offset. Press the wrong. This is the offset key. We go back a step, go back to offset. I'm going to select this area first and then go to offset. There's our sunroof. All right, while we're here, guys, most of the time there's going to be a midpoint to midpoint line in here. Let's do that. Midpoint to midpoint. We're going to go around the back, do midpoint to midpoint, just like that. And on like a real car, we're going to do the offset. We're going to select the windshield, and then we're going to do offset. Then we're going to select the side window and also do an offset. Try to keep them pretty consistent in size. Side window, offset again. Back window select and offset one more time in the back. These will be a little bit thicker. And then we only have 2 more panels to go. And then last window, and this will be the last offset we do. All right. All we have left to do now is color it. So let's go to our color scheme on the side. We're going to click Material button. And let's go with a red car. Make sure to get the front, underneath, sides, the back, the top. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right. So what do we have left to do? We have the lights, we have the tires, and we have, make sure you get all the surfaces here. If you want to trick out the rims to something different, you can. You can see I did miss a spot of red there in the front. And make sure you get the inside of the tires also. All right, so car is looking pretty good. Let's go to glass. Let's try this one. That looks pretty good. Make sure you get the sunroof on top. You can see I did miss a couple little parts in color. Let's go back to the red color. Get that right there. And the frame right there. Okay, so brake lights are usually red and orange. Let's change the color of red a little bit to offset it. And then finally, the headlights are usually clear. So let's see, let's look what this glass does over here. Don't like the looks of that. Let's try this. That looks a little bit better. Okay, so now our car is complete and ready to turn in. Make sure you save it. On the top side, SketchUp, and whatever period you have. And we're going to save it. Thank you.